Cowboys and Steelers, and oh, we had weather in western Pennsylvania. We got lightning, we got heavy rain, we got fans taking in the action, even though they're advised not to. You know, there's
my people would.
That one guy.
Those are people.
And you got finally getting it going. 85-minute delay, and then we get started, and then Dak Prescott gets crunched.
You felt like this was going to happen more often than not in this football game. T.J. Watt matched up against Terrence Steele. Great rush and a red zone turnover. This defense for Pittsburgh started to feel itself in that second quarter.
It was Watt's 100th career sack. Only Reggie White got there faster. Now, Cowboys up 6-3 in the second. What is that?
Inexplicable. There's definitely a miscommunication by Dak of what's expected. He's throwing it like CeeDee's going to stop. CeeDee kind of drifts, but there's two defenders there. You cannot throw that football.
Fourth quarter now. Cowboys down 10-6 as they're working it out on their sideline. And it's Dak scrambling, and this time looking good and finding Rico Dowdle, who had a busy night last night.
Couple moments, this Steelers defense had blown coverages. Dak leaves the pocket. Both guys in their secondary lose Dowdle. Great credit to Dak Prescott to find him.
13-10 Dallas, fourth quarter. Cowboys back on offense, same score. Dan, what is this?
Well, he's taking his shot downfield to Tolbert, and it's great coverage by Joey Porter Jr. Stays over the top. Dak throws the post. Fantastic ability to track the football, and it's a turnover this team for Dallas. Third of this football game.
And so off the turnover, 6 minutes left. Steelers 3rd and 1.
Who?
Justin Fields.
Who?
George Pickens.
Never heard of him. Never heard of him. At least the Steelers offense hasn't either. 3rd and 1 finds the shallow cross. I love it. It was needed more in this game.
They tack on unnecessary roughness, so they're in business, and then it's Fields, the flip. It's Freiermuth, and just like that, the Steelers have a late lead, 17-13. Question, can Dak bring them back? Answer, let's take a look. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, 9-yard gain. They're driving. They keep moving it down the field. Hunter Lipke will get involved.
I love the play call, red zone screen. Dak peeks to this one side top, finds that little dump off screen to the bottom. Everybody for Pittsburgh is flowed the opposite way. Outstanding, timely call.
And then, speaking of great calls, listen to Mike Tirico on the craziness here.
Prescott back on it. Timeout, Dallas. Back to 5.
A Troy Polamalu-like play there, but Dak is there, Johnny on the spot.
Agreed. That's something quarterbacks are coached on. In these situations, you follow the football just in case catastrophe happens. Like there, he saves the game.
That was on a 2nd down. 3rd down now, it's Dak. It's Jalen Tolbert. The throw is low, and so here we go. Final play for all the marbles. 4th down and goal, Mike Tirico. Here we go.
Prescott throws, crossing, it's caught for the touchdown! It's Tolbert!
And just like that, and I understand the joke, and we'll explain it later, but it's Dak to Tolbert, and the Cowboys steal an unbelievable last-second win deep into the night. The celebration from the men with the stars, up in the booth, down on the sideline. What a finish! Cowboys 20-17. Dak, talk to me.
You're pissed at yourself, like you said, for the turnovers, for the interceptions. But when I realized I have the ball down 4 with an opportunity to score with enough time, plenty of time, that's all I can ask for.
Bro, I mean, it was miraculous. I mean, JT literally sprained his nuts. Oh, excuse me, sorry, guys. Sprained his nuts the play before, comes back, makes the game winner. Unbelievable.
Yes, that's what Dan was referring to. For those who don't know, Jalen Tolbert had suffered an injury to a discrete area and then winds up catching the touchdown on the final play, playing in place of the injured Brandon Cooks. Okay, Rex, the very top line take you had for us in our meeting this morning was what?
Dallas beat the hell out of them, and I know nobody's going to say that. No, they did. And nobody's been more critical of their defense than me. Mm-hmm. But they actually had a plan. Like, it was crazy. And without your 2 really good pass rushers, they had a great plan. Mike Zimmer, I got to give him credit, all right, especially containing the quarterback as well as stopping the run. Like I thought Pittsburgh was going to run the ball down their throat. Never happened. And so you got to give them credit. I think that was the most impressive thing. And then offensively as well, that this team, man, I mean, they had 2-to-1 yardage advantage. Mm-hmm. They put up 100 extra yards over anybody that Pittsburgh's played this year. So to me, I thought they beat the hell out of them. Now, it doesn't help when you turn the ball over 3 times. So, and that's why this was a game.
They giveth and they taketh away. They kept them in the game, and they found a way to win it at the end. D. Wood, number one take.
This is the type of game the Dallas Cowboys usually don't win.
Yeah.
They don't usually win these type of games. As bad as Dak Prescott didn't play well. Obviously, the turnovers, particularly in the red zone. They coming off performances where they couldn't stop a nosebleed running the ball, and you're able to go on the road, shut down the run game of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're able to try to run the ball some. It wasn't very efficient, but at least you attempted to run the football. And to me, I think that's the biggest thing. No Michael Parsons, no DeMarcus Lawrence, and you still were able to go on the road and get a football, get a win. To me, that's what I come out of that game with.
And how impressed were you?
Not impressed at all. This is bad offense for Dallas, bailed out by bad offense for Pittsburgh. 3 turnovers, 2 of them took points off the board. They avoid catastrophe, I'll give you that, but this is not an impressive win by the Dallas Cowboys. This is an offense that, like I said, 2 turnovers that are inexplainable in taking points off the board. They had 6 points with, 18 minutes left in the football game or so? And they get it done. The game-winning drive absolutely matters. They win the game when it matters. But the 2 turnovers by Dak are...
That one is terrible.
That one's really... It's tough for me to understand that one because there's a miscommunication between him and CeeDee Lamb. Is he expecting a stop route? The fumble that happens. This was more about Pittsburgh having an offensive problem, and it's not the quarterback, by the way. It's the receivers. But this is not an impressive performance by the Dallas Cowboys.
See, I think it is.
How?
And because, number one, they battled back, all right, and had a huge drive at the end of the game to win the thing. But to just ignore the fact that their defense played their asses off.
Yes, they were good against the run, and they covered Pittsburgh up.
And they've been awful, Dan. I mean, their defense has been so bad that to rise up and play against, albeit not an offensive juggernaut, a team that we thought could get something done against them in the running game.
Don't forget, Pittsburgh's offensive line is down 2 starters as well. Broderick Jones at right tackle is not playing well. So this is not an offensive unit right now, specifically on the line of scrimmage, that's been dominant.
Right. But I'm going to say it's the mentality of the Dallas Cowboys. I agree with D. Wood. That's not normally what we see. Usually they get out-physicaled in these games, especially by a team that's committed to it.
Yeah.
All right? And so that's what impressed me the most. And the fact you also get this game winner right here, how big a guts does that take right there? And to me, I mean, this is a win. It's hard as hell to win on the road. It's really hard to win in Pittsburgh. All right, and so to me, I take away, if I'm a Dallas fan, I'm extremely happy about this.
I'm going to give you this. If you're the Cowboys, you love the fact that you win the game on the road, and really because of a player like a Jake Ferguson on 3rd down or Jalen Tolbert. So that matters. What do you feel different about this Cowboys team, though? Are they beating Washington? Are they beating Philly? Are they beating Minnesota?
Here's what I would say. We're a quarter way through the season. We're nowhere near to the point where we can formulate, this team has got the division wrapped up. My whole point is, it's always been in the DNA of the Cowboys to lose a game like that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always been in their DNA. Like, they've always, throughout their history, lost games like that. And to go out there and commit multiple turnovers and to find a way to stop the run, do those and play physical brand of football, I'm just impressed with the fact that they found a way to win the game. I'm not making any declarations that the Cowboys are back. But to win a football game like that on the road in Pittsburgh, I got to give them credit.
In my opinion, if I could you can both be right, which is to say there are any number of ways in which you watch that game and you're not incredibly impressed. But they went into a series, after they lost that game against Baltimore, they're looking at back-to-back road games at the Giants on a Thursday night and then at Pittsburgh. They needed both of these games, and they got them. When you look at the schedule they have, can we put up A19 just very quickly? If the Cowboys don't win both of these games, they're probably getting buried, because look what they have coming up here. So these were critical wins, Dan. So to your point, they've got stuff to work on.
No doubt, Greedy.
But they kept their season alive.
I completely agree with that, and that's a fair point. But looking at this schedule, they've won these past 2 games against the Giants, who are okay, and Pittsburgh, who I think is a good football team. They're not beating the Lions, the Niners, the Falcons, the Eagles, Texans, or the Commanders scoring 20.
Yeah.
That's what they've done their past 2 games.
The underdogs and all that.
Let me ask Rex this. Rex, isn't this the perfect type of game for a coach because you found a way to win, but you don't. It's not pretty. Like your quarterback turns the ball over multiple times. It wasn't always pretty, but you're able to come away with the victory. To me, those are the perfect type of game for coaches because now you can go back to the film room like, guys, we won the game, but look how bad we played. Like if we just tighten up on some of these things, look how much better we can be as a football team.
That play is huge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that one right there. That tells you all you need to know about Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dak Prescott's
we've seen
the ultimate competitor.
Even real tough quarterbacks not do that, even in a Super Bowl. Oh, like, I'm telling you, that kid right there, I love Dak Prescott. And that's what, this guy always gives you a chance.
Well, guys, here's my point, Rex. If that ball bounces 1 foot differently, Pittsburgh recovers it. The Cowboys are 2-3, and we're sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, you were terrible on offense. 4 turnovers,
right.
3 of them down in the red zone." So yes, I understand that the win is a good win at the end of the day. This football team is not an above average football.
They're flawed. They're flawed, just like a lot of teams right now. The Philadelphia Eagles are flawed. You know what I mean? Like the 49ers are flawed. There are so many flawed teams right now across the National Football League. Again, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I take the win, but I know I got a lot of corrections to make.
I got to tell you, like I was more impressed with their offense. All right, number one, you get 446 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Pittsburgh, nobody does that, all right? So that's impressive. They had a protection plan for Dak Prescott, all right? And I know J.J. Watt still damn near ruined the game. T.J. Watt, excuse me.
100 sack, yep.
All right? But they had a protection plan, all right? They also showed me that they need to be more balanced on offense, and they knew it. They ran the football. And that's how you beat good teams coming up. That's how you're going to compete with Detroit. That's how you're going to compete with the Niners, stuff like that. So to me, I was super encouraged by this. I think the coaching, they looked at themselves and said, hey, we're going to have to be more physical. We're going to have to be committed to running the football more than we have. And they were. And their protection plan, I love their protection plan because every time you went, T.J. Watt's getting chipped, all that, even on the touchdown. It starts with protection first.
Sure.
And that's how Aiden Hutchinson, like, come on. Like, you know you're going to get chipped and things like that.
Yeah.
They had more receivers. You mentioned Ferguson. I said that Sunday he was going to be the guy. All right, now you find Tolbert. If you can get those guys consistently to be part of this offense, man, I'm just telling you.